right, so look. Me and Del Toro have a little bit of an up and down relationship here. I really like Blade 2. Really like me some Hellboy, man. I even love Pan's Labyrinth. Easily my favorite movie of his. Hot take though, I didn't really like Shape of Water. I know. But seriously, guys, his new movie, Nightmare Alley. I've got some mixed feeling, guys, so let's talk about it. What's going on, y'all? If you're new to the channel, my name is Leo Rydell. This is Geekly Goods, where we talk the latest in movies, TV, with a little sprinkle of anime and gaming. Today, I'm here to review Nightmare Alley, which stars a litany of people, y'all. A large cast. Lots of cast and characters. So let's dive into this review, guys. What is Nightmare Alley about? An ambitious carny with a talent for manipulating people with a few well-chosen words hooks up with a female psychiatrist who is even more dangerous than he is. The movie is directed by Guillermo del Toro. The movie stars Bradley Cooper, Rooney Mara, Cate Blanchett, Willem Dafoe, Toni Collette, Ron Perlman, Richard Jenkins, and many more. Y'all, here in the channel, I start out with what works first, and so let's dive into the things that I really did enjoy about the movie, guys, because there is a lot to enjoy here. First and foremost, I want to start off with the acting. Look, Cate Blanchett steals the show as the femme fatale psychiatrist in this movie, and she's just slick and smooth and one step ahead at all times, guys. She is incredible. Loved Bradley Cooper in this role as well. I mean, he seriously embodied this sneaky, conniving, really evil carny. Like, not evil in the sense that he's like a villain or anything, but just a really nasty hell of a guy. That's all I'm gonna say. But it's cool to watch his character progress throughout the movie, and I really just enjoyed their acting, and everybody else does a fabulous job as well. Toni Collette, as usual, fantastic. One of my favorite actresses in the game right now. So I'll talk a little bit more about her later. I have a couple of gripes with the movie as well. But man, the acting, I would just say most of the cast, especially Cate and Brad, did really, really good. And Richard Jenkins too, a little impressed. I'm impressed by him as well. Like, I really liked his character, and he really knew how to elevate and just really bring the camera's attention in his interactions with Bradley Cooper's character. Really, really great character work. Also, the visuals, I mean, visually spectacular. Like, seriously, the lighting and shots and camera work in this movie, really well done with a spectacular color palette. Guillermo del Toro knows what he's doing when it comes to color. Shape of Water has this blues and greens. This has like these yellows and auburns and like really kind of deeper colors, and it's just rich and visually really well done. You've got great wardrobe, great set design and costume design, especially when they're at the carnival. There's just so much good about this visually, and there are so many like great qualities about this that could have made this a great movie, you guys. Just a lot of good building blocks, a really cool score, this neo-noir feel to the film that just really has you on the edge of your seat. It's a thriller style movie, and it just really follows somebody on a slow, crazy descent, and it's just got so many great building blocks. But unfortunately, it does have a big miss, guys. So let's talk about what doesn't quite work for Nightmare Alley and stops it from being what I would think is an awesome film. So guys, full disclosure, unfortunately, Nightmare Alley was a nightmare to get through. It was just so slow. The first 20 minutes of the movie is really like interesting and intriguing, and you see Bradley Cooper's character meet all the other different carnies, and I'm really interested in that. And then it just really hits a wall in the second act, and things are just incredibly slow in the movie. I mean, seriously, it really slows down to where I'm almost not interested anymore, because I gotta say the last 10-15 minutes, love that too. first 20, really intriguing. I was wanting to know more about characters, but then they pull away from characters. And that's another thing that doesn't work. Unfortunately, a lot of actors don't get screen time in this movie. I don't want to dive too deep, but I do just want to call out my girl, Toni Collette. She does not get enough screen time, and other actors and actresses in the movie also don't get enough screen time to me. And their screen time is not filled with anything of substance, unfortunately. So characters are just feeling kind of hollow because they don't get enough screen time, and the story feels really hollow as well. There's just not a lot of substance and meat in the middle of the story, and it really takes away from it, unfortunately. There is so much more that is strong, but man, that story, that screenplay too, just not good, unfortunately. It daunts in the middle and it becomes a drainer to watch. But that's just from my experience. I've seen a lot of praise for it, so I do think that especially big Guillermo del Toro fans will really enjoy this movie. I just had a big problem with that second act, unfortunately. And then there's a pretty predictable story going on here too. Once you get into it, you kind of know where it's gonna end, and it being so predictable takes away from the intrigue throughout the middle. I mean, it's really hard to be intrigued when you're just so unfortunately bored. The story's hollow, it's predictable, there's just not a lot to it, and unfortunately characters are cut way too early, and they're so interesting and there's so much to them, and they just end up unfortunately being so one-dimensional because they're cut. So it just unfortunately misses the mark on story, characters, and writing, and those are three huge elements to make those other building blocks really stable and support to build a full movie that is great. So unfortunately, if I had to give Nightmare Alley a score, I am going with a 6 out of 10. This is my second this week, y'all, including West Side Story. I hate to do this, y'all. I hate to do it, but unfortunately, I'm sitting at a 6 out of 10 on this one. It just really misses the mark in terms of story, but acting is strong. The visuals are very strong. Cinematography, lighting, the color palette. There are so many good building blocks in this movie, but unfortunately, it just misses the mark on major elements in the movie like story, pacing, and characters. But guys, let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Are you excited for Nightmare Alley? I didn't even know this was a remake. I haven't even seen the original, but it's a remake, and the original was made in the 1900s, y'all. I don't even know when it was made, but it's on Criterion, and I haven't seen it yet, so I'm gonna check that one out. Hopefully it's a little bit better than this one. But guys, let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Are you gonna check this out? And if you already have, let me know what you think about it. If you're new to the channel, be sure to hit that big red subscribe button, and we will see you next time on Geekly Goods.